Do we have any good video of Calle Ocho, Pots and Pans, Championship, Miami celebration? Is there any good streets filled with all sorts of Hispanics, Billy, the way it was when the Marlins won the championship? Do we have hockey fever now that we, in South Florida, the marshland, we have brought the cup back and protected the cup, and it is now, we are swamp kings of the sport again, ridiculously. How crazy are the streets out there? What's happening in the streets of Miami, Billy?
Traffic was pretty light this morning. I think maybe people were out late yesterday. That's Bird Road
that guy.
there. Yeah, that's that guy right there. That's Bird Road.
The guy with the pot on his head. I know that guy.
Yeah.
So
people were out celebrating.
Okay, look at that. Look at Hockey Town. Look at that. Look at South Florida. You said, Canada, that we wouldn't get excited about this. Look at the 12 people outside La Carreta.
That's the one on Bird Road, by the way.
Yeah, it's a Bird Road one.
Yeah.
Dozens of us.
That'd be a great place for reality to talk to people about name the Panthers goalie.
You're mocking this. That looked genuine to me. When we see Edmonton, there's 3 people outside sad. That looks genuine to me.
It looks different.
Real. I know you want this to be what you've imagined in your head, that we've just awakened and we found something happened now. I'm reading in the newspaper today. We won a championship. It's not that. There's people there.
Okay.
I looked at Roy's face today. I saw a man who was out for 12 hours straight celebrating.
Yep, that's right. Got home at 3:30, went to sleep at 4, woke up 2 hours later.
Zaslow is hungover.
Oh, I mean, I don't remember a whole lot from last night, man. I'm
All right, so you're doing the show drunk. This is the drunkest.
No, I'm not drunk. I'm hungover. Like,
okay.
there's a difference.
But if you went for 3 hours till 3 hours before the show, you might not yet be in the hangover.
I was drunk yesterday. That's hungover. Today is hungover.
I actually didn't party a lot last night. Planning for Elbow Room today. What am I doing here right now?
Well, I want to understand reality. Can you help me? And I'm sorry to Tony Kaladiud. Yesterday, I described him as the better Tony.
I saw that on the title, and I was like, that's probably Dan doing something foolish. It's okay.
I was foolish.
You're good. Well, I know the game plan. The thing is, I know you. Te conozco. I know you so well.
Gracias.
I know what the game plan is today. Pit one Tony against the other. They don't make them try and not like each other. Try to get Tony riled up. Tony C. Try to get him riled up.
I needed you 2 days ago when I went on the court with a JUCO player,
right,
and got dunked on 10 straight times in a row. And that was fine until the only time the cameras were on were me taking 3-pointers, and I was just bricking them all over the place.
Yes, that was not a great moment for you, but positivity came into town, and I will always remember that the week reality came into town, the Panthers went back-to-back, and now a legitimate dynastic conversation starts because they're better than everyone. And I see the sports books want to make Carolina a favorite or want to make Colorado a favorite next year.
But idiots.
Well, because they fear that, Bennett's probably going to get a ton of money. It's all I heard during the playoffs. It's all I heard. Every time he scored, just cash registers. So the team's not going to be exactly the same. But, Tony, I heard some Wild Willie Wednesday in there because you were just egging on this Tony versus Tony rivalry when I have no intention of doing that.
It's going to end in a costume contest. We all know how this one plays out. Yeah.
We know exactly how this
But
plays
I didn't
out.
know I was supposed to be wearing, I still have the ticket on my shirt.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I mean,
me?
Yeah. Is that brand new?
Whoa!
What's happening?
No,
here?
this is not.
He's a
brand
lifelong
new.
fan.
Yeah, I'm a lifelong fan. What are you talking about? Look at this shirt that obviously fits me perfectly well.
Yeah, that is Lewis's shirt. Clearly, it's still got the tags on it, so you can return it after wearing it.
Looks like an Abuela purchase.
You're going to do the whole show holding your pots and pans because.
Well, I wanted
it's like the monkey that does this thing.
Well,
right?
thank you, Reali. I appreciate it. The pots and pans celebration. I know you make fun of me for saying things are uniquely Miami.
Yeah.
In the United States, are there other places where championships are celebrated by people running into the streets with pots and pans? Yes or no?
No.
That's uniquely Miami?
Uniquely South Florida.
Because I came in here, and here is what white-gloved service we have around here with your breakfast and lunch every day. I asked for pots and pans, and our show has been so culturally appropriated by whatever American excess is, no one could find me a pot or a pan. So what I have in my hands is some sort of
That's an ice bucket.
thing you wouldn't cook in.
We're at a hotel, so it makes sense.
No, but
Checks out.
No, but you guys eat twice a day, every day, and I see people.
We don't cook, though.
Disposable stuff, though.
I see people cooking there as well, and they use their pots and pans. I thought we had pots and pans. We don't have pots and pans.
We had cereal.
We don't have pots and pans.
There's nothing to cook with. There's a hot plate.
The show has been Americanized when it doesn't have pots and pans to celebrate.
We have La Huida. Come on. That's not totally true.
I want to put in historical context here in a moment what the Panthers have just done with some people who have been covering the Panthers for a long time in Zaz and Roy. But before I do that, I need to address some in-house conflict that we have. No, it's bad, Tony. It's not. It's bad. I want you to settle what needs to happen here. Chris and Roy both want to go to the elbow room. Mm-hmm. That's where the trophy is. Mm-hmm. That's where the party is. That's the fun place to be. Roy's been flying back and forth 3 flights to Edmonton and showed up Monday morning, 6:30 in the morning, off his flight to do the show. We couldn't find Cody.
How happy is he not to fly to Edmonton today?
Yes, very.
Extremely
You heard him shouting it. Yes. Through what is that? That flight? How many flights is it?
Well, it was 3 flights going 2, 3 flights coming back, so that's 6, and that is about, I would say, 16 hours both ways.
Okay.
Look at the patch on the jersey.
He's already got the new patch.
That's right. He's a
That's
champion.
commitment.
I bought this in Game 4, by the way.
Roy's a champion. He's been working hard, and the Hockey Show hats are selling that he's wearing on lebatardaf.com, and the Hockey Show sometimes on Friday is doing very well. Tell us about the flights again, please. I know we did this last year. It's from where to where to where to where?
All right, so this year, the flight 2 was from Miami to Atlanta to Toronto to Edmonton, and coming back from Edmonton to Vancouver to Salt Lake City.
It's horrible.
It was bad.
Oof.
Coño.
Vancouver to Salt Lake City. Wait a minute. What?
Yeah.
What is that flight?
Not good. That's what that flight is.
Well, how long? Okay, so that's what you came. So 6:30 in the morning, Monday, Roy comes in and you hugged him.
I went in for a big hug because I haven't seen Roy in 5 years.
He was
face
not
to
in the
face.
mood.
And he wasn't in the mood. And I sensed it, and I knew I had walked in those shoes to some extent, and I knew where he had been. And that's a tough one. Yeah. The fact that he's here today with the jersey, with the patch, I don't know what Cody's going to put out there to get in the elbow room.
Well, but they both want to go. And
I know they want to go, but that's commitment right
Roy,
there.
can you tell me the nature of the disagreement, okay? I want to quit setting it up in a way that puts Chris in such an unflattering position. To be honest, Chris looks like the elbow room, okay? For 30
which was part of my argument.
The reason the Panthers are going to party, they're Fort Lauderdale's team and they love that place, and it's concrete cocaine jungle from 40, 50 years ago. There's nothing there. It's coke, concrete, and the trophy. And it's going into the ocean.
Good place.
And they love that place. And Zach Thomas one time in that place with Trace Armstrong swam out to a buoy because he was drunk and got to the buoy, and it was slippery and he didn't realize it. And then the people had to
Why was Sam
save
Bowie
him
there?
save him from drowning because bad things happen at the elbow room. But today, the trophy's going to be there, I would imagine, right? They're promising that the trophy's going to be there?
Yeah, it was already there.
Already there.
So you guys got to get out of here then. So we got to make this decision now.
It's gone already.
Oh, they're not there anymore?
They may go back.
The party is still there, but Barkov showed up before sunrise
Yeah.
with the trophy. It could still be there, but there was an early before dawn sighting of the cup there. But there's still a party going on there.
All right, just so to set up what's presently happening in South Florida, okay? The parade starts now. You guys made fun of us last year because it was raining torrentially and the parade was ruined. But this team does have...
Oh, it wasn't ruined. No, sir.
It was the greatest.
Well, nationally, the perception of that parade is South Florida is being South Florida again because, guys, you've seen what Canada's like around there. You see how Toronto's heart is broken. You see how Edmonton's heart is broken.
I haven't seen them celebrate.
They care deeply about this trophy that is said to be the hardest thing to win in sports. And what's weird about it is Hollywood Beach over there is filled with Canadian tourists. You will find them still with sandals and socks. They come from Canada for Hollywood Beach. Fort Lauderdale, this little patch of land, has been conquered by these champions, and the elbow room is where they go to celebrate Edmonton's burial. And it's all night, and it's all week, and it's all around the elbow room, and it's till the parade. The trophy stays here, and these players will march it around our sands and beaches before they take it back to Finland or their country where they can worship it there. But this little plot of land over here on elbow room, both of you want to go. Roy, how do we settle this argument? Because what's the nature of the disagreement between you and Chris?
Well, I think Roy is like, let's just both go. And I think Carl and I have had the thought of, we want to have in this room today put this in perspective, back-to-back championships, and then let's go out to the chaos. I thought that would be better. Yeah. Roy, Zaz, Panther, covering it forever, talk serious hockey. Let's go out to Chris getting it with the party. rather
Wait, you
than
just want to go get drunk is what you just told us.
Do you think that what's better, what's actual better content for the show? Me and Zaz having a serious Panthers conversation, and then going out to Roy for the chaos at the elbow room?
No one having a serious Panthers conversation is best for the show.
How dare you?
I'm just saying.
Tony's here to cover for you if you
right.
want.
I thought that I
saw the majority
wanted-
Both of them. Yeah.
I want to hear from Roy today. This is not honestly. I know it just looks like.
Well, you
Chris,
Dan asked him and you spoke over
I have
him, so you
asked
don't
for
wanna hear from
zero.
him.
I really don't do this where I'm like, I want to go to do this, and I this is an assignment made for me. Like celebrating with our fans at the elbow room. Dan, I'm out here with the fans. Like I can just see it, and I just think I would crush it. And that's it. And we can go together. It's not that I don't want Roy there. I just think if I'm not here, then it's just like, who's going to talk Zaz? I mean, Zaz wants to talk some cats.
I want to talk some cats.
And I think, and I want to hear from Roy today. So in my mind, the perfect show was Zaz and Roy putting this in perspective. Now let's go out to
Well, you're
Chris at the
taking
elbow
people
room.
behind the curtain on what it is to be the EP. Tony, can you make a ruling here before
I can.
Billy, this is the other thing that's in play, though, Chris. You had a couple of chances there to go Wild Billy Wednesday there because he betrayed you in the back, saying that you told us before the show that you just want to go to get drunk.
Well, I mean, would I partake in a beverage or two if I was there? Probably. But that's not like I want to check in with the show and I want the chaos around me.
You want me to go
You know, Billy, let's send
instead
Billy.
of them?
That
I'm
would be
sick
funny.
though.
Well, so you're
There's the energy we
You're
need.
sick.
I didn't watch the game last night. I was
Okay.
throwing
There's
up the
that.
whole
Good.
night.
That's
But
good.
they could fill me in on what happened. I had a migraine. It was a whole
good.
thing. I woke up
The
this
Panthers
morning.
won, Billy.
What happened last night?
No, I knew there might be a thing with the elbow room today, so I came in even though I threw up earlier, and I was like, I got to be a team player for my guys here. But if you need me to go on assignment, figure out what's going on.
This is not the day for Wild Willie Wednesday, I'm going to tell you. But I'm just curious here. I was thinking about this on the way in, Roy. Just hypothetically, if we had gotten just a slightly different schedule and the Panthers had won the championship tonight and tomorrow is Juneteenth, how are you feeling about me making you work on Juneteenth? Or would you even want to come into work on Juneteenth, given that the Panthers had won the
What are you trying to do here?
Hell, I don't want to be here now, let alone Juneteenth.
What are you trying
What are you
to
doing?
do, Dad?
I'm actually saying that we got saved by the schedule. We were going to not have a show because of a national holiday on Thursday after winning the
I'm
championship.
aware of what you're doing here. What we have is a championship. We have it. The City of Champions is celebrating. Let's revel in that for a second. Let's find a way to get everybody in the show to the elbow room. What boundaries do you
Let's
have?
all
Yeah, that's a great idea.
What boundaries
can't
do you
we all
have in
go?
life?
Well, because we have the show to
We
do.
could just do it live from there.
Well, that would have been planned well if we had producers who were planning things, but that's
Oh.
not
I
what
didn't
you
mean to
guys
do
were
it.
drinking last night.
I'm dry. I wasn't drinking.
I'd love to go to elbow room. I got a lot of confidence today. I don't know if you've noticed.
Since Zaz.
Well, Zaslow, you should have confidence because the team
feeling great
The
today.
team is now already right now as we speak, because by virtue of what they did last night, that team is now historic. Like, just stop there. They'll have a dynasty conversation. Fine, there'll be a chance for that. But you win back to back in that sport. You do the hardest thing back to back in that sport. You're better than everyone, and you're tougher than everyone. On the road, at home, and no one in the sport would dispute, even though they didn't want McDavid stopped here, they didn't want this team to have the trophy. No one would dispute. Earned, best team in the league, no argument. Everyone will shut up now. Toronto will say, well, we were close, and it's impossible to imagine. They were down 2-0, and then they needed a Game 3 overtime. It's impossible to see from there, but you've seen the best team again proved it deserved to be champions in a season where everyone was coming for them. No one was surprised by them. Everyone was vanquished by them.
The thing that maybe was most surprising to me about this run is they got better as the postseason went on. For a team that's in 3 straight Stanley Cup finals, like, I was concerned after Game 1 when they lost in overtime because they looked tired in that third period. They looked tired in overtime. Like, man, is this the end? Like, are they just out of gas? And they got better as not just the entire postseason went on, but certainly as this series went on. That's not. They played over 300 games last 3 years.
Oh, a buzzsaw, though, in these playoffs when I don't want to say it was easy, but it was easier against McDavid this time.
Yes.
Than it was last time where, Edmonton got a couple of games, needed overtime for both of them. They played all the styles, and Florida was better than Edmonton, and McDavid would bow his head now, and we would have the analysis of, oh, this team with its depth just grinds you down, and at the end of a series, you don't have anything left because you've got that one line or maybe that two lines, and they've got 4 lines, and it's just going to keep going all game. The idea that when we remember what this team is doing and look back at it as an all-time great in the history of South Florida, what is great about the story and already makes it dynastic to me is it begins with an 8 seed clearly behind Tampa and Boston. And no, they couldn't get past those teams through this hard route. Tkachuk gets traded after a blueprint changer. They had the best offense in the sport, Huberdeau. They blew out the whole thing. They traded for Tkachuk. And what started was this story. 8 seed, somehow, tough and gritty, makes the community love it because it gets to the final. How the hell did that happen? Best Panther team we've ever seen down here. 30 years of Radek Dvorak. Like 30 years of just never win a playoff game.
Is that the funniest name to reference in that spot?
What is the funniest name?
Olli Jokinen.
That is a good one. We could play this game.
Jay Bomeister.
Radek Dvorak is just...
Okay, but so it goes from there, right? So they fall in love. South Florida falls in love and hopes the way Knicks fans have the last couple of years. Oh, so close. They changed the blueprint. They're brave. They've got a good organization. They've never had that. Never had that.
You hear how all the players raving last night about the ownership?
They have this town has never had even average hockey ownership. It has just been scammers trying to sell ice in the Everglades. It has been garbage, like bad businessman after bad businessman. They clean it up. 8 seed makes a community fall in love, hope like Knicks fans hope. And then what happens the next year? Oh, my God. 7 games. 3-0, down 0, go 3-3. This makes kids fall in love forever when you win this way.
Yep.
And then this year, they're better than everyone, and they break up New York, and they break up Tampa, and they break up Boston.
Probably breaking up Toronto.
Carolina might not break up, but everyone will laugh at them because they're going to get broken again by whatever remains of this team, even if they're made favorites, which some sports books have. Carolina is the favorite. This story is going to be an echoing all-timer in this market because of the last 3 years, the last 2 of which result in back-to-back where everyone in that hallowed sport genuflects on, when you do it back-to-back, we'll remember you forever. It's better and bigger, doubling the size of what you did the first time when you gave us the best hockey series any of us had ever seen. It's the coolest.
And it was such a different experience than last year. I don't know if it's because it's the back-to-back one, but it was just because we had the whole third period to know we were winning. Last year, I was just jumping, being a maniac when we won. This year, with 5 minutes, I was just sitting back, looking around, just taking it in.
It was similar to the Heat. The Heat,
yes.
When they won against the Thunder, the entire game was a celebration. It was a party because we blew them out the entire game. And then the next year, Game 6, Ray Allen, Game 7 was tight. And we got to experience both, being on the edge of our seat and a party. And this year, it was the opposite with the Panthers. We were on the edge of our seat last year, and last night was a party.
With 7 minutes left.
Their goalie with 7 minutes.
Their coach decided, all right, this goalie thing ain't working. Let's try it without.
Well, it wasn't working. It's why they changed goalies after Game 4.
I was like, all right, let's hear him out. Let's see how this works. 20 seconds later, we put in an empty netter. I'm just okay, I don't think this worked how we wanted.
Let me ask you, were any of you thinking that I would have to pay tuition?
100%.
It's all I was thinking about.
5-0? If you told me at 5, so just so you know, backstory.
This was, I walked myself into something, right? I'm searching, as you put me on a Mission Impossible. I found a heaving mass of Panthers fans. Oh, you could say. I mean, they knew they were playing the Oil. They knew 9-0 was a possible result. So I asked a brilliant college student what the final score would be, Zaz. And he says to me, T-Bone, iced tea, 9-0 Pants. That's what he looks me right in the eye. Said, if it's 9-0 Panthers, Dan Le Batard is going to full ride scholarship, pay your tuition for college.
I agreed to terms immediately.
Absolutely. I just knew in his heart this would be something he would want to do because the emotion, the passion for everything that is the Pantalones were just pouring out of this group.
Pantalones.
And then it was 5-0 with an empty net.
That's what
with like
that was
5
7
minutes
left.
left.
I'm like, oh my God, we're gonna have to find that kid. It's gonna be a scandal. I'm rooting for Edmonton. Like I've never been a bigger McDavid fan.
It was sweaty because you can get 2-3 empty netters in no time.
I like it. It's like a Scott's Tots situation that Dan was running into.
Would you have paid for like a 10-1 final?
No.
Or a 9-goal differential.
No. Billy, I understand that you are here for Wild Willie Wednesday.
I'm here to be a good teammate.
All right,
to my guys.
Chris, you guys didn't notice. Chris, I don't want you to get so hungover and self-involved today that you forget to do all parts of your job, okay? What I'm telling you is that from behind you, Billy is hell-bent on anarchy because he doesn't want the two of you to leave.
No.
Guess who becomes EP?
I think you don't want the two of them to leave because
that's what Wild Willie Wednesday is.
Here.
And so both of you should now leave.
All right, see you later.
Both of you get out of here. Go to the elbow room.
There we go.
A ruling has been made.
A ruling has been made.
You want it to be Wild Willie Wednesday, so it shall be. But you noticed in the background, he was offering to go to the elbow room.
Look how quick Roy got up.
Hasn't watched
he's out.
Hasn't watched the game.
He's out.
Billy there
I'm
would
not
be
biased.
funny. Billy there would be funny.
Okay, he can go too. If you you want to put Zaz in that EP chair?
Jeremy, let's go.
I'll go.
If you want to
I did
take
it last
him,
year.
look. If you want to take him, and you guys want to go, and Wild Willie Wednesday wants to go to the elbow room, have at it. I will do the show here.
How long is the drive? I've never been.
Long. It's a long drive.
It seems
I
kind of
gotta
like
work
a dump.
This is what's going to be the deciding factor. How long is the
traffic
drive?
It's an
coming
hour.
back.
It's
an hour each way.
It's going to be an hour there if you don't
on the
get
show
traffic.
today?
45 minutes.
If you don't get traffic, it's 45 minutes. If there's an accident,
don't get traffic.
yes,
There's an accident, it's 2.5 hours.
It can take an hour and a half. Yes, they might just be in traffic for the next 2
You know
hours.
what? I think we
and
should
join
remix
us.
this.
Join us for the post game.
Dan, I think we should remix this. I think me and Tony should go over to the elbow.
Oh,
room.
Tony
Show the
and
people what
Tony.
they want.
Drinking
Tony
contest.
back to back.
Yeah.
We have fun.
Couple
we do our
Tonys.
thing.
Whoever steals the cup becomes Tony.
I will tell you guys right now that if you can figure
Let's split
out
it.
how it is to get those people out there to produce our show in here, if all of you want to go and do the show from the elbow room, I'm now telling you I'm going live the rest of the show. We're just going live. We're going to go 4 hours of